Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by the Black Panther, Ishmael Davis, out in Riyadh. Mate, these opportunities keep coming along for you. You're determined to make the most of them. How much notice did you have for this one?
I think it's been two weeks. 2 weeks notice.
Wow. So is there any hesitation on your part? They give you the call. Serhii Bohachuk, world-rated, world-class super welterweight. You've just come off, obviously, the fight with Josh Kelly, which was another short-notice job. Any hesitation at all, or is it just grab it with both hands?
Grab it with both hands, man. I believe everything's happening for a reason, and I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm in a position to take these fights.
And do you know much about Banchuk? Had you seen his fight with Ortiz, for example, back in August?
Yeah. He's a beast, man. He's a beast, but I'm a beast too. And everyone doesn't know that because no one's brought that side out of me yet, and I believe he's going to bring that side out of me on Saturday, and I'm ready for the challenge.
You've seen the fight with Ortiz. He dropped him twice, but lost a close majority decision. What do you take from that in terms of his strengths and weaknesses? Where do you think your opportunities are?
I just believe he tries to be in close. I don't think he's the best in close, and I don't believe he's got the best IQ. I just believe he's just very tough when he comes and throws a lot of punches. So it's up to you to do what you want to do with that. And on Saturday night, everyone's going to see what I have for that sort of style.
Great stuff. Now, the Josh Kelly fight obviously didn't go your way, but it was a step up in class. As I said, at short notice, you did yourself huge credit. What lessons do you take from that you can help against Bohachuk on Saturday?
Two different styles. So I won't really take note from that fight to use with Bohachuk. He's a come forward fighter, so I just know that I need to use my IQ. But what I took from the Josh Kelly fight is that you need preparation for guys like that because they're really good boxing. He's really sharp, and the sharpness wasn't there because I wasn't ready for that fight, but I'm ready for this one.
How much of a benefit is it having that Kelly fight under your belt on the big stage in the Middle East? Because obviously this is a very similar thing, Riyadh season show, even bigger obviously because of the main event, but you're used to the bright lights now.
Yeah, definitely experiencing it. It's massive. It helped my career a lot. And listen, my main focus is just on Serhii. I could be in a park. I could be in a phone box. You know what I mean? It's the same. I just need to go out there and get this win.
How big a deal is it for you that you're on a huge stage like this? Probably the biggest fight of 2024 in the main event. Does that play into it at all? I know you can't let it make you nervous, but does that add to your motivation?
Yeah, definitely. Because it's just showing you what you can achieve in life. So I get through this. Maybe I'll be having one of these myself one day. People will be grateful to be on my card.
Indeed. Now, Israil Madrimov was originally in your shoes. He was supposed to be fighting Banchuk. He came down with bronchitis. He's now fighting on that big February bill, which is another huge Riyadh season show. Are they the sort of names you're going to be aiming for if all goes well on Saturday night?
Definitely. And regardless of anything, they're the names that I'm striving towards anyway. They're the best in my division, and one day we're going to meet. Definitely.
I want to get your your analysis on the main event just while I've got this chance to talk to you. Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk, big rematch. We've talked to a lot of people, it seems about 60-40 going for Usyk at the moment. What's your view on the fight?
I think with full concentration and not taking his good moments for granted, Tyson Fury could even get a stoppage, but I believe he leaves victorious anyway.
How difficult is that when you're a bit of a maverick? I mean, because you are yourself as well, someone with a bit of flair, someone who likes to enjoy themselves in the ring. How hard is it to get that focus and that discipline to stick to a game plan?
It's very hard. It is hard. It's what we train for, but it is hard. But moments like this and the level that we're at now, you can't be losing focus.
Do you identify with Fury? As I said, I've seen you fight, I've seen you in the gym as well, and you do seem like that sort of, unique character, if you like.
Yeah, of course, man. He's a person who's himself no matter who's around, and I don't think he really cares about what people think. So that's kind of like me. He's just a bit more loud.
I mean, you're pretty loud. But yeah, I mean, I suppose
bit.
Fury puts everyone in the shade in that regard. Let me ask you as well, when we first met, it was when you'd come off some quality sparring with Conor Benn. He's back in the news at the moment. He's now clear to fight. There's negotiations with Chris Eubank Jr., a fight that people wanted to see for quite some time. There seems to be a bit of a debate at the moment about the purse split between the two and who deserves more. What's your view on it? Like, who's the bigger ticket in the fight?
Listen, I don't really like to speak on other people's wages and stuff like that, but I believe that they both bring just as much to it because of the dads. So I think a 50-50 split would be fair.
You mentioned the dads there. I have to ask you, because you've come up in a hard route. You know, we've been through your backstory. Someone like Conor Benn, who I know you're friendly with, there is an advantage there for him and Eubank Jr. through who their dads are. How do you look at that? Are you kind of envious? Are you resentful? What's your view on it?
A quote I go by, quote I live by is live and let live, man. So everyone's life's different. So if that's the hand they've been given, that's just their hand. They can't be like, oh yeah, I want this guy to be my dad. It's just who the dads are. So that's just their life, man. My life's different. So I got to walk my own path.
Would you, if you had the choice, would you have the easier, quote unquote, path that they've enjoyed? Or do you think the way you've gone has helped build character?
The way I've gone helped build character. The only thing that I would do if I could do something different is I would do the amateurs. But that's the only thing. I don't regret now. And I'm here for a reason, innit? So I'm just gonna carry on following the path, man.
What do you notice in terms of obviously missing out on the amateurs? Have you noticed stuff either in your fights or sparring or anything where you think, yeah, there's a technical gap or an experience gap? What's made you think that?
In the early days, yeah. In the early days, I just thought, if I did the amateurs, I would have been a lot more experienced and ahead of where I am, which is just true, innit? But now I do everything I can do to make sure that no one has an advantage on me, really.
Is this why it's good to take these sort of opportunities you've been given this year? Because it gives you can then fast track yourself. You can make up for that gap.
Yeah, of course, man. The worst thing that can happen is you can lose, but it's a lesson, and whether you win or lose, you gotta keep going anyway. So you can quit, it hurts. Lose, it hurts. Keep going also hurts because you gotta put in all the work in the gym. You get me? It's just pick your poison.
And have you bumped into Banchuk at all today? We know he was just there a minute ago. Have you guys kind of exchanged words, glances?
Yeah, we just I sat down and then his team came and sat on the table in front of me for food, and we just nodded at each other. I put thumbs up and that's it, man. It's just business, man. It's just business. I don't take this boxing game to heart, so you wouldn't ever see me, unless someone were being rude to me, I won't be rude to them.
But are you kind of sizing each other up at all? Not in terms of you're about to go at it right now, but are you looking at like distance and length and that stuff?
Facts. Always, we're fighters in it, so that's just a natural thing that we do. See how big they are, how tall they are, how heavy they're looking, or I sized him up, and him and his team were sizing me up.
Brilliant. Now, just before I let you go, just for people out there that maybe haven't seen you fight before, and this is like a bit of a coming out party, if you like, for the Black Panther, what can they expect on Saturday night from you?
You can expect to win, and you can expect a serious performance. And like you said, this is a real coming out party because no one's seen me under pressure, which I know that I'm going to be under with Serhii because he's a come forward fighter. And I just want to show people how I deal with it and what I bring.
Great stuff, mate. Really appreciate it, and best of luck, obviously, for Saturday night as well.
Thank you.